Hi everyone, how are you today? I hope you are well. I've got a standing stretch sequence for you today. It's just over 15 minutes long, and the aim is to simply stretch you out and wake the body up. So you might use it first thing in the morning, you might use it after a hard day's work, you might even use it at lunchtime just to wake you up a little bit. It's suitable for beginners through to advanced. We just simply want to stretch you out and enliven your body a little bit. So there will be modifications for the easier versions, there will be progressions for the harder versions as well. So listen to your body and work within your own capabilities, if you will. Okay, we're going to use our core muscles just a little bit. We just want them switched on in the background. So think about drawing in those core muscles for me. Think about keeping the spine nice and straight. There's a couple of little back bends and flexes, so take care with those, especially if you have a bad back. Get started. So feet underneath those hips. Let's roll the shoulders back and forwards. That's it. And we'll turn the head gently from side to side, just to loosen that area out. That's it. Give those knees a little bend and the ankles a circle, just to wake them up as well. We're going to start with some big breaths. So I'd like you to bend your knees and sweep your arms out. Off we go. Bend the knees, sweep out, breathe in and breathe out. Same again. Breathe in and out. This time breathe in and reach over to the side. Nice long stretch down the side of the body. Same to the other side. Big breath in. Take a hold and reach to the right this time. And release. Now I'd like you to take the feet out wide. We're going to warm the knees and the hips up with archer's bow. So this is drawn from Tai Chi. I want you to make sure your toes are angled out on a diagonal, and when we bend the knees should follow the toes, so keep those hips quite open. Okay, arms out at shoulder height. We're going to go to the right first of all. So sweep the left arm across, bend the right knee. Touch the hand, then draw across the arm and the chest to the other side. Imagine you are an archer, pulling and releasing your bow. So bend the knees from one side to the other, reaching around that left arm, driving the fingers across the arm and the chest. This one, and we'll go to the other side. So reach the right arm around, bend the left knee, come back, and again. And sweep. Nice big movements. Apologies that my camera keeps refocusing as I move from side to side. That will stop once I stand still, obviously. Last one. And release. Drop those arms down. Wriggle those feet in. So we're going to go towards the front edge of your mat. We're going to do a half fold and begin the full sequence. So core muscles are switched on. Big breath in, sweep up. Take the hands together, press them forwards and come to a half fold. So just fold yourself halfway. Now if that's too much with those arms straight, you can take the hands to the hips, or even lean the hands and weight on your thighs if you want to. Just look after the back of the knees though. But tummy in, back nice and straight. Trying to lengthen through the spine and those arms if they are forwards. We breathe in here. Breathe out, full fold, drop yourself down, relax through the arms and the head. If you need to, of course, you can bend those knees, just don't let them touch. The idea is that you hang upside down. Take the release out of the lower back and allow the blood to rush back into your head and your fingertips. And breathe. Okay, taking the hands to the floor now, we're going to either step back one foot then the other into downward facing dog, or if you feel a little more energetic, the more advanced, can jump 2 feet to the back of your mat. Press the hands forward, spread the shoulders wide. Now it might be that the back of the legs feel a little on the tight side for now. Walk those heels up and down, keeping your bottom and hips still. And that'll allow you to warm up through the back of the legs a little bit more. Keep breathing, of course. You're pushing the floor forwards with your hands. You're drawing your shoulders back and wide. Bottom up to the sky, spine is lengthening.
At some point try and melt those heels to the floor, but don't worry if you can't, and you can do this one with bent knees. Remember, you don't have to try and force those legs to straighten. Core muscles in. Now we need to bring the right foot forwards into warrior, so do put your knees down first if you need to. Bring that right foot forwards, pivot on the back foot so that the heel goes to the floor, push into the right foot and bring yourself up to standing. If you need to come up a different way, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you've got your right foot in front on the right side of your mat, your left foot behind on the left side of the mat. Hips and shoulders are facing the same way as the right knee and toe. So that right knee needs to be bent, knee above the heel, that back foot is at a diagonal. Don't have that back foot pointing backwards, for instance, or to the side. Pelvic floor zipped up, core muscles are in. Fingers and eyes float to the skies. As always, when we float the arms up, the shoulders must come down. So try not to aggravate the neck by shrugging those shoulders up. So just settling in here, we're trying to open out through this hip flexor on the left hand side. Core muscles in, pelvic floor as well. Keep breathing. From here we're going to go to Sun Warrior. Drop the left hand to the left leg. You can either reach up to the ceiling or, slightly harder, you can curl back. Just relax that top hand though. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. The hand goes to the back leg, pelvic floor zipped up. Keep the core muscles nice and strong. And breathe. Coming back up to Warrior One, we're going to repeat this, but we're going to add a flow. A flow is where you flow through the arms. So dropping down, folding from the hips, sweep the arms back and forwards, pressing into that front foot, using your back muscles, using your core muscles, but also sweeping through the arms and pressing into that front foot. Keep that knee bent. We've got one more. And settle, open out through that hip. Okay, release the arms down. We're going to turn into triangle now, so you need to turn a right angle, so your hips, shoulders and left toes now face the long edge of your mat. Your right toes still face the short edge of your mat. Both legs are straight now, arms out at shoulder height. Reach right fingers over right toes and tilt. Take the hand to the shin or the thigh. Now you don't have to be quite as wide as I am. You can be much narrower, in which case you wouldn't lean over quite so far. It's up to you. Stronger ones, back of the hand to the inside of the leg. If the back of that knee feels painful, you can just take the edge away, soften that knee a fraction, but whatever you do, don't bend it fully. That top arm, can you point it up to the ceiling? If you cannot, I would recommend you drop the arm behind the back. The important part is the shoulder. Get the shoulder in the right place, and if the arms relax down, then that's fine. You're better off looking after the neck. Core muscles in. Imagine there's a brick wall behind you. Plant your shoulders and your bottom against that brick wall behind you. Nice long stretch. You might feel it here. In the waist, you might feel it down that right inner thigh and hamstring. Okay, let's do the other side. Drop the arm down, bend and push into the foot to lift you up. We're just going to pivot the feet. So the left toes now point to the short edge of the mat, and the right toes, hips and shoulders, point to the long edge of the mat. Hips are open, bottom clenched, arms out at shoulder height. Now reach left fingers over left toes. Tilt, take the hand to the shin. Other arm up for the ceiling. Think about your modifications. You can rest on the thigh if you want to. Please don't push into the knee though. Stronger ones, back of the hand to the inside of the leg. Fingers to the sky. Is your arm down here by accident? Take a look, figure out where it is. And if you need to, drop the arm behind. But core muscles in, staying nice, strong and tall. Stretched out. Drop the arm, bend that left knee, push into the foot and lift up. We're going to do the warrior sequence for the other side. So now you just need to zigzag and wriggle that left foot over to the left side of the mat. Right foot pivot on the ball of the foot so the heel pushes back. That'll enable you to turn your hips and shoulders to face the front short edge of your mat. Sinking down, knee above the heel, very important. Pelvic floor, core muscles, fingers and eyes float to the skies. Drop the shoulders down. Don't shrug those shoulders up to your ears, remember. Jiggle in and wriggle in. Settle down in the center. Notice how shoulders are above the hips, core muscles are in. I'm not arching my back is relatively straight. Ready for Sun Warrior. Right hand to right leg. Either lifting up for the sky or you can curl back and relax that hand. Shoulder away from the ear, remember. Front knee. Let's bend it a little bit more because it will have straightened a fraction when you leant back. Breathe. Keep the core muscles in. Coming back up to Warrior One. Remember our flow, we're going to do that now. So you're folding from your hips, breathing in to go down. Swish back and forth. Push into the foot, breathe out to lift up. Opening out that hip a little bit more. And again, 3 more times. Sweeping the arms back and forth. And again, 2 more times. Release. We're going to come down to the floor now. Hands and knees. Little child's pose. Push your bottom back to your heels. Allow the back to round off a little bit. And stretch. Coming onto all fours again, we'll downward facing dog. Lengthen and stretch underneath the arms, through the rib cage, down the back of the legs. And once more, melt those knees down to the floor, push your bottom back to your heels, leave the arms in front and stretch through the shoulders, lengthening through the spine as you do so. Second half of the sequence then is a little shorter. We're going to do Warrior Two first, so I'd like you to bring that left foot forwards, curl the right toes under, lift the knee up, come to standing. So you've got your left foot in front, your right foot behind. Your hips and shoulders, however, are facing the long edge of the mat. Bend that left knee, sink down in the center. Please don't lunge into that front leg. Squeeze your bottom, keep the hips open, arms out at shoulder height. Just check that knee, it's likely to roll in. So press on the outside of the foot, squeeze your bottom, keep the hips open, and then stare past your left fingertips as and when you're ready. That's Warrior Two. Keep the spine nice and straight and keep breathing. From here we're going to go to standing side stretch. Bend the left elbow, take the forearm to the thigh, turn the other palm up, come to a diagonal line. Notice how the shoulder is nowhere near the ear, and I haven't collapsed into the other arm, shoulder either. For the more flexible ones, you can wriggle out a little bit more, maybe take the hand to the floor. There's still got to be a diagonal line though, pelvic floor zipped up, and just make sure that you haven't accidentally dropped forwards. That's going to put pressure through your back, so make sure the top shoulder is on top, and of course you can modify with that dropped arm if you prefer. You're ready to come up, push into that left foot. Jiggle the feet so that we can do Warrior Two on the other side. So now right toes face the short edge of the mat. Hips, shoulders, left toes, long edge of the mat. Arms out at shoulder height. Bend that right knee and sink down. Wriggle and jiggle in, as I say. Squeeze your bottom, open the hips, press on the outside of that right foot to keep it in line. Turning to look to the right if you wish. And breathe. Into standing side stretch then. Bend the right elbow, forearm to the thigh, turn the left palm up, sweep it over for that diagonal line. You're not pointing to the ceiling, it's a diagonal line. And of course, anyone more flexible, if you wish to go to the floor, You've got to maintain that diagonal line though from heel to fingers, and just make sure you don't accidentally drop forwards. So keep the shoulder back, core muscles in, and breathe. Taking the arm and the back knee down, I'm going to bring you to the floor. Bring that right leg back for me. We're going to cat and cow. So from all fours, breathe in to draw upwards, tuck the bottom and chin under, feel the length, stretch from crown to tailbone. As you breathe out, drop down. Stick your bottom and chin out. Release and dip through the back. Breathe in to draw upwards. And breathe out to drop down. And then sink your bottom back to your heels. Stretch the arms in front if you prefer this time though. You want to take the hands down by your feet and just allow your shoulders to collapse. Gently lift yourselves back up. Just to finish off, in case there's any tension in the shoulders, shake them out through the hands. And then finally lift the shoulders up, elbows up, hands up, breathe in and drop. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed your little stretching session, and I hope to see you again soon. Have fun with your exercise everyone, and take care. Bye bye.